James Lindsay, creator of Rap Snacks, started from humble beginnings, redefining snacking by merging music, flavor, and entrepreneurship. His visionary approach transformed Rap Snacks into a cultural icon, encapsulating hip hop in every bite. Today, we have the pleasure of exploring Lindsay's inspiring journey into the fusion of culinary creativity and musical inspiration.
My whole thing was always, how do I get that extra knowledge? How do I make myself better and get myself in a better position? If you have it and you have that spirit in your soul that you like, hey, I'm not going to complain that I don't have X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to complain if it took me 25 years to get Rap Snacks to where it is. So I'm just doing something every day that I love to do. In addition to that, something that's consistent. If you do something consistent every day, it might take you a little longer than other people, but the bottom line that you will win. Meet all different type of people, all walks in life, that you gotta know how to navigate your communication skills, be able to kind of sense, what they want out of you and what you want out of them.
We don't allow negativity around here. It's about having the right spirit, the right mind frame. That's how you create an empire.
James, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Looking
Absolutely.
forward to talking about my brand and my history of Rap Snacks.
Absolutely. And thank you for taking time out to speak with me today. I know you are starting the 2024 Disrupt Summit, and we'll get more into that later into this interview. But I want to jump off this conversation by saying, as a creative myself, I'm sure other entrepreneurs have this as well, where we have so many different ideas, running through our heads that we sometimes feel like it has to be perfect right off the bat, right? And so if it's not perfect or if it's not how we want it to be, we kind of throw those things to the side, get discouraged, whatever. So I kind of find it interesting that with Rap Snack, you actually had several rebrands before it becoming the world recognized brand that we all love today. So, kind of talk about, what pivotal moments in the development and the evolution of Rap Snacks led to its current success.
Yeah, I can. Initially when I first started the brand, I came out with two flavors: barbecue with my honey and back at the ranch. Previously, before that, I worked for Johnson Products, the hair care company, Mr. Johnson,
Hmm.
and started my own business. Sold 800 cases of Rap Snacks in 2 hours. And initially I thought, wow, this is something that is going to be great. But as the time went on, had a lot of issues with manufacturing because as we talked about in our summit today, the opportunities that and the challenges that we have as entrepreneurs in the consumer package field is that you have challenges with packaging, you have challenges with manufacturing, and distribution, right?
Hmm.
So started to have some issues with manufacturing, couldn't find anybody to make my product. That was a very pivotal part, when I just decided to kind of pivot a little bit, started working with Meek Mill as, a brand manager slash manager, and then came back, to the brand and we rebranded the brand. So that was three pivotal moments, in the history of Rap Snacks.
And so, discuss kind of some of the earlier challenges and milestones that shaped the brand. And what were some of the entrepreneurial lessons that you picked up in your earlier stages?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say the distribution challenge with distribution and manufacturing was definitely, some challenges. And as an entrepreneur, I had to find out, how do I pivot, to, really survive, and really complete my mission and, and continue my company. And, you have to have backup resources when it comes to manufacturing and distribution. That's one of the reasons why when you go to any store around the country, you don't see a lot of African American food brands owned by us, because we don't have any distribution, and then we don't have a lot of knowledge of manufacturing. So I had to really become educated with distribution as well as manufacturing, and find other sources outside of what I had to manufacture the product.
And that makes a lot of sense. If you don't know, you can't grow in whatever industry you is or you're in. So it's always important to have that education background. And speaking of that, you've been in this industry 17 years, is that correct?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot longer than that. It's been
Okay.
29.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to jump forward just a little bit with what moment or event in Rap Snacks journey that you knew was going to be a game changer for your brand. Like when you seen it happen, you knew, okay, yeah, Rap Snacks were on to something.
Yeah, I think when Amigos did the jingle called "Get Yourself a Bag of Rap Snacks," when that was happening, it was like it happening in real time,
Hmm.
and it's blowing up, every minute. When they did that, and it was going viral, and people that didn't know Rap Snacks, like, what is Rap Snacks? And the people that knew it, like, wow, that's pretty big. So, that was a real big, turning point for Rap Snacks when they did that. As we became a lot more viral, that's when we started repackaging the brand, coming out with new flavors. When I first started the brand years ago, the internet wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So that was a big part of the marketing, for the brand.
Definitely. And speaking of the Migos, which is a hip hop artist group, hip hop artists have been the hallmark of, Rap Snacks. So, how have these collaborations with hip hop artists impacted both the brand's recognition and the artist's benefits within these partnerships?
Yes, well, I'll speak from perspective from the Rap Snacks brand. It really, helps us get our brand out there to, their collective audience,
Hmm.
right? So they have, 100 million followers, like Cardi B has on Instagram. The brand is really recognized even more, from her impressions that she does,
Hmm.
and from their perspective, they're monetizing their brand, outside of music. They're getting paid, a lot of money, to be on a bag of potato chips. And in addition to that, it's what we call is a great impression, because when you see that person on the bag, that same individual might want to go stream their music, right? So impressions, media impressions, Rap Snacks impressions, is all, it all helps their brand.
Definitely. And if you can discuss any challenges you may have faced while using these celebrities in your marketing campaign.
Um, I've been doing this a long time with a lot of artists, and when I signed Meek Mill to Puma, they were like, "Oh, Meek is not doing this, he's not doing that." I'm like, "This uses image." The challenges is some of the times that the guys don't know, you know, them doing their deliverables is just as important as you getting the money,
Hmm.
because if you do deliverables with the deal, you might not get the next deal, right? So yeah, the artists, they kind of, don't want to do some things, and we don't really need them to do a lot, because the image that we use, the likeness of their brand is sometimes is good enough.
Absolutely. So I did take, the liberty of going on YouTube, searching to kind of do a little research myself, and I seen a lot of your previous interviews where I saw a pattern in the conversation with the themes of marketing and distribution as you're speaking of today. So, what have been the vital marketing strategies you've implemented that have helped in the success and the visibility of Rap Snacks?
Well, I would say this really, when I go to some of these chains like Walmart and Target, my strategy is, hey, I'm bringing you, a culture that you may not have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And and most of the times they do agree. When we first got into Walmart, they said, James, your brand has really brought a customer base that didn't shop at Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're trying to get a lot younger, and Rap Snacks has a really young fan base, that buys that product every time. So, the strategy was, hey, make sure that you understand that we serve a big audience, right? That is really an audience that you should have. So the strategy was you put us in your stores, we'll provide you with that core of people that buy Rap Snacks that ordinarily wouldn't come into your store.
Got you. And I'm sure that there were some challenges with, trying to pitch yourself to Walmart or these other, companies for distribution. So what were some of those challenges? Of course, the success is obvious. You're in their stores, but take us through, the challenges you faced.
I mean, the challenge is that you're pitching, Rap Snacks to maybe a 55, 60-year-old a white guy who really knows nothing about the culture.
Hmm.
So what I have to do is really educate them on the culture, right, and tell them that we will be the extension to the marketplace. There's no cannibalization because you guys don't carry any products that just like Rap Snacks. So the challenge is is really teaching them
Yeah.
the culture. Then once the product gets in there, they start doing more research because they're like, well, this product is selling. It's selling because it's something that you really don't know about and something that you should have been probably had in your stores already.
Definitely, because a lot of people are not up on the hip hop culture. And so with Rap Snacks, how do your brand ensure that it stays culturally relevant while appealing to those people that are outside of that immediate hip hop community?
Well, we just maintain a great tasting product. I always feel like if your product is a great tasting product, I mean, you might have a core group of people that you market to,
Hmm.
but you can have anybody pick your product and be like, whoa, the Rap Snacks, the rapper was one thing, but the product is actually good, right? So that helps expand your brand outside of your core business because they just love good tasting product.
Absolutely. And I've tasted the Cardi B ones. I would have to say those are definitely my favorites. And we'll get more into, the flavors and how you cultivate those, seasonings for your customers. But speaking of the snack industry and how it is ever changing, what market trends do you foresee shaping the snack industry in the coming years?
Well, yeah, I would say that, it's going to be a better for you trend. I think people are looking to snack more healthier, but at the same time, people want the product to taste good.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
you have to find a product that is a lot more healthier, but a product that tastes good, which is not easy.
Yeah.
So you got to meet in the middle and call it better for you rather than, something that's really, really healthy.
And how do
But
you position ahead of, the changes?
say again.
How do Rap Snack position itself to stay ahead of those changes that are coming?
Oh, by making acquisitions of other companies. I'm looking at. We have a timeline on new product for about 2 years, so we're already ahead of some of these companies because we're smaller and we're able to act, a lot faster than some of these bigger companies.
Got you. So I kind of want to switch gears just a little bit and talk about Disrupt Summit 2024. Reflecting on the success of the first summit, what motivated you to organize the second edition, and what innovative elements can attendees anticipate this year?
Well, what motivated me is, and it's the same thing as motivated me for the first time, is giving out, providing information. But this year particularly, we wanted to give information out to consumer package, companies that were, some companies that were just reaching their peak,
Okay.
right? Get exposed them to some of our accounts, our brokers, information, because information is key. And
Absolutely.
we really feel like we've done that. The first day was phenomenal. We had Dave, from Dave Cheesesteaks out of Atlanta. We had the Trapper, Wall Street Trapper today. I mean, we had some great speakers, and we feel like we can take this, on a national scale. We just have to prove the concept, and that's what we're doing. This year and last year.
Got you. And so do you plan to have this summit available in other cities like Atlanta or other places?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I like to open up to the public. Right now, it's just to our distributors.
Got you.
So Atlanta definitely would be the place that we're thinking about taking it to, and open it up to a lot of the people, and other companies that, well, even future entrepreneurs that don't have companies that have ideas, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of dreamers out there like me.
Absolutely. And I can say I'm one of them. So, and there's a lot of us, like you said. So I look forward to, that coming. Your brand is known for its unique flavors and collaboration with hip hop artists. So how do you select these partnerships, and how can you share I'm sorry, any existing collaborations that are coming down the pipeline?
It's a couple things. I love music. I love hip hop, but I also love the movement of different artists. And I pick these guys from people that have that fan base that people think that's not as big, but it's just like a crazy fan base. Like Lil Boosie has a crazy fan base,
Yes.
right? But, it's that big, but his product really sells because those fans, they just come from nowhere. And from that standpoint, I mean, I've always been a flavor guy. And I tell a story all the time that I've developed my skills from eating snack foods. Man, I was one of those kids that was eating snack foods all the time. And I always wanted to develop flavor profiles that nobody else has out there, because that's the key to that. One of the key success, a key success point to Rap Snacks is having the artist, but also having a flavor that people will love. And when they eat the one bag, they can't just eat one bag. They can come back and keep coming back, for more and more product. I just connect with the artist and with people. I'm like, this guy will be a good partner. Like I always knew the Migos would be a good partner.
Yeah.
To answer your other question, NBA YoungBoy is our next artist, the next up.
Yeah, his fan base is another one of those that will ride for him all the way. So I'm excited to see that. And can you tell us about the flavoring of that one, or have y'all not cultivated that flavor for that bag yet?
Yeah, so we have an all-in barbecue. So it's just a lot of different barbecues that is and then it into one flavor profile, which is amazing. It's
Got you.
amazing.
I
And
would
then
love.
we did it. What'd you say?
Go
Excuse
ahead.
me.
I'm sorry.
Did another Flago product, and it's actually like a sort of like a Taki on a potato chip.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that. And then we did honey barbecue heat, a honey hot cheese crunchy
Okay.
for, and then we did a hot crunchy for it. I think has 4 items coming out.
Young Boy has 4 items coming out. Got
Yeah.
you. Okay. I would love to taste those. So if I could get a little sneak peek before the other people.
You got you.
Okay,
Got you.
so when it comes to artists that may want to partner with Rap Snack, can you tell us like what you're looking for in that partnership relationship with any artist that may want to, like I said, work with you all?
Yeah, I'm just looking for artists that have a unique fan base that I feel like that we can help expand. Music is one thing, but like I said, be able to sell your likeness on a potato chip bag. It's not easy because everybody we get is not like the best sellers,
Got you.
right? So we want to partner with people unique and people that know how to promote, people that are going to be around for a while, and that has a track record of success like Rap Snacks.
Absolutely. And is there any Rap Snack flavors that have become a fan favorite unexpectedly, like that surprised you and your team?
Yes, the all-in flavor.
Got you.
All-in flavor, which it has all these different flavors in it, and we can't keep that on the shelf. It's, it's crazy. It's the little baby all-in, and it was funny because I named the product All In, but I didn't know Lil Baby had a song All In.
Yes.
So
That's yep.
so it was like it was one of those times when right? It's just like, oh, okay, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Have there been any wild or unconventional or flavor suggestions for Rap Snacks that were entertained but didn't quite make it to production?
Oh, a lot. we have a bunch of stuff that's sit in the vault. I say, that, and I'm like, nah, we can't do that. I mean, because I have seasoning companies that send me, different type of samples all the time, and I'm like, my people are not eating that. It's not going.
So do you utilize customer or consumer feedback when it comes to the
Oh, all
development?
the time.
Okay.
All the time. So, I mean, we're driven by data. I mean, we know, who our customer is. We listen to the feedback of the product and the flavors and all that good stuff. So one thing about, the culture, they're going to tell you, what they're feeling, right?
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Absolutely. So when it comes to community, when it comes to when people think about Rap Snack, what do you want them to understand about your brand's mission?
Yeah, I want them to understand that, we are very committed to reinvesting into our communities. We have, our foundations. Is the Boss Up Foundation, which we have several programs that we work with in the communities of Miami and throughout the country with our programs, entrepreneur programs, teaching these kids how to start a business, to how to trademark their names and all above, and then we have a Stock Boss Up app, which you have to look at, which, it's really our financial literacy piece, which really teaches anybody to invest from A to Z. It just tells you, it puts you through. You never invest in the stock market. You give the Stock Boss Up a couple of days and you'll be investing, into the stock market. And one of the reasons I was very passionate about that is because, I'm an investor now, but if I would have invested years ago and knew about it, I would be a lot farther in investing.
Mm-hmm.
So to give, these kids in these inner cities the opportunities to get a head start. If they would have invested $1,000 in Apple 20 years ago, they would probably be millionaires.
Wow,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can go in there and it'll teach you how to invest at an early age. And that's another avenue of uplifting our people. out of poverty. Is being able to make them understand financial literacy piece and investing. Instead of buying things that don't have a return, no type of
Absolutely.
return.
And like you said, knowledge is power. So that's amazing. I love that. And speaking of, teaching other people, some of the things that you wish you would have known years ago, can you kind of share with us some of the lessons that you learned within the snack industry that, if you knew beforehand, you wouldn't have to have made some of the mistakes that you made without throughout going throughout this process?
Yeah, and I think I touched on it earlier, but I'm gonna emphasize it again. If I'd have known, that distribution was the major avenue for
Mhm.
or to really scaling your company. I thought I thought it was easy. That the same people that were distributing the Frito-Lay guys that had a great idea, they will pick my product up and sell it, and that was not the case because they don't want any competition. They don't want you, come there and really outselling those guys.
Right.
So I wish I would have been a little more realistic about that early on. But it was okay because it took me a while, to find all my distributors around the country. Now, it's a big asset for us. So
Mhm.
when we other entrepreneurs with their consumer packaged good company, we can put them straight through our system.
Absolutely. Thank you for reiterating that. 2 years ago, you did announce that the brand was going into the beverage business. Now that it is a new year, what other avenues or markets are you going to potentially tap into with the new products?
Well, we're tapping into the trucking business. We, you know, we feel like we can really do a great job in trucking because, we spend a certain amount of dollars on trucking every year,
Mhm.
and we hired an extra person to really bring everything in house and not broker our products. So we become the broker. We actually ship our product, and now we're shipping some of our manufacturers' products. So that was a part of a revenue that we've been missing. You
Mhm.
know, uh, we spent $5 million last year, and this year we made $3 million, right? That means that we only have to spend $2 million.
Right. And I love watching a lot of your interviews because you do pick up a lot of gems for those people that, aren't so marketing savvy or anything like that. And with that, do you plan to possibly offer the community any type of like marketing courses or marketing classes so that if they are building their business, they're able to, be able to do it correctly?
Yeah, if somebody would have me, yes, I think I would. I'm only
I'm
joking.
I'm putting that out there, okay? I feel like we need it. I would definitely be in attendance, okay?
Well, yeah, you see all these guys who got these courses out there. I might have to try that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Absolutely. So wrapping up this interview, because I don't want to take too much more of your time. Looking ahead, what legacy do you hope Rap Snacks will leave in the food industry, and what impact do you envision it having on future generations?
Yeah, the impact is that knowing that you can disrupt any industry if you put your mind to it, and the legacy is that we have paved the way for other people that look like me to get into this industry, which is a multi-billion dollar industry, right? To go out there and carry the torch, and eventually help other people that look like them as well. And really spread the market around. I mean, we, as Afro Americans and Hispanic people, we represent less than 1%
Mhm.
of the snack marketplace. So we have a huge upside, not only for myself, but for the individuals who come up behind me.
Absolutely. And I just want to give you your flowers and say thank you for, being that impact and being that influence for other people that are coming up within the food industry. Like I said, even within my industry, it is inspiring to see. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
And if anybody wants to follow you or keep up with you or Rap Snacks journey, please tell them where they can follow you on all social media platforms.
On Instagram, it's ask fly FLY and the number 1.
Again, thank you so much today for your time. I appreciate it, and I hope the rest of your event goes well this week.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.